From the snow-capped mountains of northern Arizona to the arid deserts and lush farmland of the central and southern regions of our state, Arizona's natural beauty is diverse and breathtaking. Citizens and tourists alike certainly enjoy our scenic state. Unfortunately, sometimes a closer look reveals litter. The Arizona Department of Transportation, or ADOT, spends about $7 million a year cleaning up litter along our state's highways. Litter is unsightly, potentially hazardous, and it can pollute our precious water resources. Removing litter from our roads and highways is a time-consuming and costly job that threatens to get worse as Arizona's population grows, leading to more roads, drivers, and passengers. So, we greatly appreciate the help of Arizona's citizens like you who volunteer in our Adopt a Highway program. Your group has graciously agreed to clean up litter along a specific section of highway for a period of 2 years. In recognition of your hard work and commitment, a sign will be placed to identify your section of highway and to let others know that your group is working for a cleaner Arizona. As you begin your efforts, please keep in mind that a public highway can be a dangerous place and some basic safety issues must be considered before you start work. Your ADOT contact may give you more specific instructions based on your segment of highway, but these are some general guidelines. So, are you ready to pick up trash? Well, before you even head to the work site, it is important that you properly prepare yourself for the workday. And since we live in desert or high country regions, proper clothing and hydration are top priorities. When it comes to water, ask yourself these questions and plan accordingly for your water supply. How many people will be in your group? How many hours do you plan to work? How many miles do you plan to cover? What is the forecast temperature for the day? Now, think about your location. Does your cell phone get service where your adopted road is in case of emergency? How far is the nearest medical facility? Next, think about what to wear. Working along the highway brings you in contact with all kinds of flora and fauna, and since most everything in Arizona has thorns, it's best to make sure your arms and legs are covered.
Long sleeve shirts and full-length pants are recommended because of the harsh terrain, cactus, reptiles, and insects you may encounter. Also, you want to be sure to wear some protective gloves, such as gardening gloves or something else heavy. And then lastly, you want to be sure that you wear strong-soled shoes or boots. You want to avoid sandals or loose-fitting shoes.
And don't forget your sunscreen. You probably want a hat and sunglasses too, and then you're ready to tackle the trash.
When traveling to the work site, your group should always carpool. This keeps the number of cars on site to a minimum. And always remember to park as far from the roadway as possible. Next, your group coordinator will conduct a safety meeting for all group members and distribute safety information. If you would like to obtain a copy of this information yourself, it's available at azdot.gov. There are many safety considerations to keep in mind, but here are some general guidelines to remember. A safety vest must be worn by each person in your group at all times. These safety vests, along with trash bags, will be supplied to you by ADOT. And remember, no children below the age of 12 are permitted in the program or in the work area. Also, no pets are allowed in the work area. Additionally, for your safety, you shouldn't be playing radios or music players or wearing earbuds or headphones. Your ears are often the first thing to warn you of imminent danger.
Remember to do your work facing oncoming traffic, and remember to stay at least 5 feet from the pavement edge. You might also want to appoint a lookout for your group. These rules are very important because the less distraction for the traveling public and you, the better.
Now, when it comes to picking up the trash, know what you're picking up. If you can't identify it, don't pick it up. This brings us to the topic of hazardous waste.
Methamphetamine is the #1 drug abused in the United States and Arizona today, and is responsible for a lot of our violent crime. You know, for each pound of meth that is manufactured, it produces 5 to 6 pounds of hazardous materials as waste. So when you're out here on the roadway, don't pick up things that have tubing that is red, ice chests that are red, chemical bottles. Leave those things alone. Bad guys throw them out here because they don't want to get caught with them. Also, leave those corroded propane bottles alone, the used car batteries, needles, syringes, or just about anything else that you don't know what it is.
Again, the best rule of thumb is if you are uncertain, don't touch it and inform local law enforcement. Remember, be alert.
And one last thing, don't enter pipes or culverts. The danger is too high. Let the pros deal with them. Now that we've talked about the things you shouldn't do, let's talk about some of the things you should do.
You should pick up small items made of paper, cardboard, plastic, styrofoam, wood, or rubber. Glass items and small empty containers are okay if they do not have sharp edges. Tie your bags securely shut and place the filled bags at least 6 feet from the pavement edge. Remember, don't overfill or stuff the bags. You'll soon get tired dragging all that weight, and ADOT workers must lift these bags into their trucks. Place large or heavy items like tire debris that would prevent a bag from being properly tied closed near a filled bag, along with any items that would tear a bag. Remember, don't move anything that could cause you or your team members physical harm. After the cleanup is complete, ADOT will remove your filled trash bags from the roadside.
Avoid overexertion, and while you're out here, remember to drink plenty of fluids to stay hydrated. One more thing, the Adopt a Highway program encourages recycling, so collect all the recyclables and take them with you.
A few more safety tips. Beyond making sure your group has enough water, you also need to be sure that on-site first aid is available and that at least one person in your group is certified in CPR. Check with the American Heart Association, the American Red Cross, or your local firehouse for certification. Leave snakes alone. People are bitten because they try to kill a snake or get a closer look at it. Leave it alone and don't try to catch it. Keep hands and feet out of areas you can't see. Don't pick up rocks or firewood. Be cautious and alert at all times. If you or a group member is bitten, wash the bite with soap and water. Immobilize the bitten area and keep it lower than the heart, and get medical help. Remember, you signed a permit to do this. That permit has terms and conditions. It is very important that you read and abide by them and inform your ADOT Adopt a Highway contact as soon as you schedule a cleanup and at least 5 days prior to the cleanup effort. We need to record your cleanup as well as make sure your dates don't conflict with other highway uses. So, it is very important to know who your Adopt a Highway contact is and that you have all their contact information and that they have yours. Also, we need to know as quickly as possible if a new coordinator is appointed or if you change any of your contact information.
Make sure everyone in your group fills out a volunteer registration form before each cleanup period. After your cleanup, one person from the group will go online and answer a few questions about your activity.
The Arizona Department of Transportation wants this to be a rewarding and safe experience for all of you. It is volunteers like you who make this program successful. By giving freely of your time and energy, you are making a positive impact on the environment. Your efforts are appreciated not only by the Arizona Department of Transportation, but also by the citizens of Arizona and the visitors who will enjoy a cleaner state because of your hard work.
So spread the word.
Don't trash Arizona.